Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Going to give you a major infusion of positivity today, and that's coming from a gentleman who is part of a resource. We'll call it that for personal growth and development and so much more, coaching, if you will. And I love the title he goes by. He is the unemployed genius, part of a crusade for Franklin McQuaid, who joins us once again here on the program. How are you doing today, sir?
Oh, I'm doing extremely awesome and feeling a lot better. I'm doing great. Just doing great.
Love your positivity, got to tell you.
Well,
Yeah.
you have to have it. I mean, life don't give you what you want. It gives you who you are. So you want to change it, just become a better person and really go after it. It's just attitude.
It
Thank you
really
though. Yeah.
is. Yeah, you're right. And I discovered that even in the last few years, that once you start shifting your mindset and your attitude, that even a day or a moment might not be going exactly the way you want. And you're kind of, and I've found that, and we all have it, little things pop up, or you're just in a funk that moment. But I found that I could turn my head, look in that direction, and think of something positive that could be the littlest thing. What am I doing later? Whatever, doesn't matter. That it just refocuses not just the moment, but the whole day. It's like, yeah, things are good. Things are good. Whereby many of us, because of the mindset, maybe the victim mentality, just go down that rabbit hole of just, and you stay down there instead of coming up and crawling out quicker. I took a little longer to explain that, but do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's easier for someone to pull you down than it is for you to pull them up. Okay, I'll put it that way. You're right. You have to keep a positive mind, even in about that. We all have bad things happening, but look at the good things that came out of it. Things could be in a lot worse. Things could always be worse. I mean, so it's why let the little things get to you.
Mm. I've even gotten to the point where I don't use that phrase because I've been told that subconsciously it can it can produce negative, like, well, I could always be worse. So your mind is hearing be worse, be worse, be worse.
All right,
So you
all
take it,
right.
and I stop myself still in my tracks. Like for example, if you say, I can't wait to go there. Well, you're saying to yourself, can't wait, just wait. As opposed to, I'm looking forward to going there. Little things like that. I know it's very, it's now we're getting granular, but
Well, it's so granular though. It's true because when I was lifting, squatting, okay, when heavy weight, as you're going through the form of motion, you're pushing, driving up, sitting up, and the weight all of a sudden it stalls for that second, and you're not allowed to let it drop a little bit. You either got to stay there or go further. The first thing that would usually pop into people's mind is no. I train myself. As soon as I get started getting stuck, I start saying yes, 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 because it keeps the drive going.
I know exactly what you're talking about. By the way, I just want to share that you have won three consecutive New York State powerlifting championships. This is part of your life, was part of your life in a big way. But yeah, I came from the gym a little while ago, and it's all about this because I was on a different machine. So it's a combination of free weights and a machine, right? It's not like Nautilus or anything like that. And I'm going at it and getting to the point where it's like, "Nah, I don't know if I could do anymore." And I just put on a song. I close my eyes. I close my eyes and I almost mentally transport myself someplace else. And I don't even know I'm doing it. In those moments, and I must look like ridiculous. I'm like, just got my eyes closed. But it works. It's all about what's going on up here, right?
Yep, you can make excuses or you can make a way. You're not going to do both. You just demonstrated that, and that was awesome.
Or I'll just focus on something, a nail on the wall or something on the floor, and just like I'm going to laser in. All right, we're ready. Let's go, and just go at it.
Yeah.
It's so easy. And a lot of times in my head, when I'm really pushing, and I have a friend who's a trainer, and she pushes me. She's like, this 4 foot Korean woman. She doesn't stop. If you don't do it, she will announce it to everybody. Oh, you can't do another set. So I don't want to be that man. Um, but I'll find myself just getting in a mindset, that I am going to power through. And the first fear I have is, what about, like when I'm really cranked up, my heart's really going. What about if I pass out, man? It's like I'm tacking it at the edge here. But it's like,
Yeah,
it's just a stupid thought. And you're fine. I already, had heart workups. I'm all good. But this gets in the way. Like you can do more. We all can do more, right?
it's common. What's really unique is it's common knowledge to us because I think most of us know this, but we just don't exercise it. We totally forget all about it, and we know that and been taught and seen the pattern to do certain things, but yet for whatever reason we neglect it, we forget it, we put it aside. Next thing you know, we don't even realize we have it within us
Right.
to pick ourselves back up, literally. You know,
That's a really, really good point. The resilience and the strength we have within us. And I feel that we don't know what we have until we have to go through a situation that forced us to use it.
Amen. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You really don't know until your back's up against the wall and there's no other way out. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And you're saying, no, I'm going to make this. I'm going to achieve this. I'm going to accomplish this. And you're not being greedy doing it for yourself because if you can't accomplish yourself, you can't be an example to anybody else.
Mm,
So people always watch what you're doing. They don't give what you say because they can see it in your final product and who you're becoming, what you're doing.
mm. We're going to talk about the program that you represent and how that helps people change their lives, find that positivity, move them forward. Before we go there, uh, what inspired you? Do you have mentors? What has done it for you?
Well, yeah. Uh, Back years ago when I got into fitness because of my size, my height, I was bullied a lot. I was came from New Jersey, then moved to New York when I was 12, New York State, and completely different atmosphere, different people, and it was hard for me because I was little, light. Actually, I was born prematurely, 6 pounds, 6 ounces, and dropped down to four, then to two. I almost died. I was in the hospital for 6 months. But long story short, I survived everything. So I was always a small person, small, and I had to learn to defend myself. So after high school, I got into fitness training with weightlifting. I was introduced to powerlifting, loved it. Got myself some poor situations, made a change in my lifestyle. Started bringing a relationship with God back into it. Took some time, got remarried, and it's literally out of lifting for about 10, 12 years. Went through a divorce, got back into it. That's when I started winning all the championships.
Mm.
Got remarried.
Well, interesting. I
Yeah,
want
it's
on your
weird.
timeline. I want to jump right on that timeline. You got divorced and then you jumped into powerlifting, like really full force. Am I hearing that right?
Yeah, after 12 years of not lifting, I got back into it. That's when I started going to the YMCA in the city of Fulton. And
Mm.
ended up volunteering as a fitness instructor to pay for my membership. And then I more or less put them on the map, won 3 state championships, national championship, World Cup, and many other different local meets
Wow.
outside of some of the bigger ones. But I made our community good. I met a lot of awesome people throughout that time. Helped a lot of youngsters in wrestling and football increase. I actually was the strength coach for a girl named Danielle Bennett. She was a female wrestler. She wrestled ever since she was 6, but as at the age of 16, as a sophomore, she won the junior spot on the boys wrestling team. That made the communities around about us go nuts because she was a girl, but she won her spot. Long story short, I became her strength coach. She went on into college. She took second at the Worlds on the women's circuit. Broke an ankle and couldn't make the Olympic team, which was her goal was to make the first women's Olympic team. But I've worked with a lot of local people and helped them succeed in their sport in their journey. One's a sheriff now up in Syracuse. Uh, I helped a lot of people. I love helping people, and I want people to recognize what they have within them because we all
Mm.
have something, and we all can go after a dream. But the thing is, most people don't have. They say the resources, the time, the money, and the other things to help them to get there. So I try to help them to give them tools and services, to give them the mindset that we work together as a community help them set that goal by sharing our services, create cash flow. So now they don't have to worry about an income, building themselves to be the person they want to become, the type of life they want to have. So that way we can offer humanity the person we're meant to be, bringing more value to us and humanity. There's a lot involved there because the vision was given to me. And it's so different, but I believe in it because the services work. All we need is a person to be willing to give themselves permission to say, I'm going to follow these steps and make change,
Mm.
and it sounds easy, simple, but not easy because everything takes work. But you rather work on yourself than something else. Because if you're not going to work and becoming the person you want to have and become in life, you'll be developing yourself becoming the person you didn't want to have. If you don't develop yourself, somebody else will. You do have a choice, just that for some reason we're not open to listen to the fact that we have say in who we can become, where we can go, and where we can take ourselves in any area of our life. It's up to us. The
Mm.
resources are there. May not be the resources you were expecting, but they're there, and it's a stepping stone to get you to where you really want to be. And that's what I want people to recognize. Don't be afraid of change. Because again, I think I said that before. It's always things are always going to change. They're either going to get better, or they're going to get worse. But we have a say in it, and we work together in helping people succeed in that. But I'm getting off on a
Well,
tangent.
it's interesting the program that you're connected to. You mentioned before that people say, I don't have time, I don't have money to move myself forward, but this allows someone to get the tools to move forward. Many, and we can go deeper into that. But there's also potential to make money from your nominal monthly subscription to this
Yes.
amazing resource.
Yes, yes, yes. It's something that's never been done before, and the company's phenomenal. It's a global corporation. The founder's been in the industry for over 30 years. His heart and his passion is to help people. A lot of its money that comes in goes to charity. He's a giving person. The company was built with you in mind, and when I was introduced to it, it was exactly what I needed to bring aboard with my vision with the Unemployed Genius. Because now we can actually work with this company, their people, us as a community being Tug, we all pull together and share and grow in the direction in which we want to go. And it's we can do it. It's
Mm.
possible.
Tell me about the resources available. We've talked about them before, briefly, but it's almost hard to keep track of, and that's a
Well,
great challenge.
well, the company started off as a nutritional company,
Oh,
and they're
okay.
one of the biggest, best. They're all scientifically uh, formed together. They worked these scientists for years. Everything is scientifically put together, but they knew that they needed to do more for people because it's not just about good nutrition and good health. People need to be able to have an income and live their life. So they brought on the new hot thing in the on the internet. It's just digital products, ebooks, videos, and audios,
Mm.
all personal developed. So they actually own all this material, but it's now ours by being a part of the members. So for $20 a month, actually it's $49 your first time. So you got your enrollment fees and stuff. That includes your first month's subscription. So you're taken care of, then $20 thereon, and then you start using the resources, the ebooks, the videos to educate yourself. Come to our live webinars or live calls or trainings. This is all through Great Life. But now, the Unemployed Genius, I'm looking to get even deeper because I want to be able to not just read these books, but explain on videos some of these books, get people to have live webinars and calls where we can explain the books, the value of these books, multiple topics, okay, from fitness to what do you call that? When you, I don't get a brain fart. Meditation. I'm sorry,
Mm.
meditation. Okay, people
Sure.
get into meditation. We have all kinds of books on goal setting, positive thinking, 101 ways to improve yourself. Just all kinds of books, ebooks, and videos. But it's the value of the content.
Mm.
They're not long; they're anywhere from 60 to 100 pages, but they will help you to make a blueprint, if you will, of yourself, where you want to go,
Mm.
how you should go about doing it, how you should think about it, and it's all about life management. So
You know what's interesting? You said earlier, what I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have, I can't do that. But because of digital technology, now this is all available online. Back in the day, if you so choose to meet with a coach, somebody to move your life, a life coach, let's just say, you had to physically go there. Then you take the time to drive. Then you're talking with them. Let's say you have questions afterwards. You want to, learn more. This is all online on your time. So it's just amazing,
And
and a lot.
yeah, well, that's part of it is learning how to manage your time. And I say, schedule your time. Because when we start learning to schedule our time in little bits, that way we can start learning and reading and watching, doing the things you want to do to help improve on where we want to take ourselves, we're going to find out we're going to start having more time. Because,
Mm.
is it a priority for you, a person, me, okay, to develop ourselves to be able to have the comfortability of the lifestyle that we want? In plain words, are we? If something were to happen right now and everything just stopped for 6 months, are you still going to have an income coming in regardless because of what you've done before and the efforts of the people that you associated yourself with? Okay,
Mm.
this is the community I'm talking about. So we're joining for multiple reasons to become a community, so that way we have cash flow that will multiply. But then we learn how to manage that, so that way we can develop ourselves and have the type of life we really want to take ourselves to. Being wise, using wisdom of the amount of money we may or may not be making, so that way we make wise decisions. We don't do stupid things, because that's why we're in the situation we're in already, because we made stupid choices. So we're there to help each other recognize, no, let's realize over a period of time, we could build, you put a price tag on whatever type of money you want to make, $300, $500, 1,000, you name up. Okay. It's up to you, and it's doable. And
Mm.
it's only by helping people achieve their dreams. What better way to work in life is to help people become that person they desire to become, so you can become the person you desire to become. So that way we can do the things we want to do, helping ourselves, humanity in the ways we want, because we all have different visions. We all love to be able to help different people financially in different ways if we have it and when we have it. Some people do it when they don't have it, and God bless them. But those are the ones that are making the example that, it's about people helping people. No, we don't need to depend on the government. They have their own stuff going on, sure. But if you really want to take control of yourself, look to those who've already succeeded. No, and that's why I ask people, if it's something that you think it may have never been done before, then it's never been done before. But if it is, then look to people who's done it and how they've done it and did it. If it's never been done, well, then now you're on a gem, because now you got something that's never been done before, that you're going to prove people that it can be done, because you can. Okay. You don't take no for an answer.
Mm.
Everything has a way. Again, it may not be the easy way, and it might not be the way you want to take it, but it's what's going to get you there. Okay. Are you willing to do what it takes? See, people who succeed will simply do that people who failed would not do.
It's that sounds to me like classic manifestation, where you have a goal. Let's say I want to start a business. Perfect. But I don't know how I'm gonna. I know what I want here. I don't know how I'm gonna get there. Like I have to get, funding. I gotta have to do this. I don't have enough time to do it. But I really know in my heart this is what I should be doing. Well, it's been said, don't worry about all this stuff to get there. Just worry. This is what you focus on, and this stuff just falls into place. It's like
Yes.
what you're saying.
Yeah, well, I think, was it Thomas Edison, the one who made the light bulb, came up with the light bulb?
Mm.
They said he did over 1,000 ways, before he finally got to work. I mean, literally thousands. And people were saying, well, it's not going to work because he did it 1,000 times. He goes, well, I just found 1,000 ways it didn't work. That's all. It's like, there is a way. I'm getting closer, and you just don't give up. That's
Mm.
the key.
Well, funny you should say that, because there are some discrepancies with Edison and the light bulb, and electric and all of that. Nikola Tesla, is some attribute that to him, and he, if I remember correctly, worked with Edison, and then they had a riff, and all of the stuff that Tesla did, all of his patents and everything. Some say that Edison stole them. So yeah, but Tesla was the genius of manifesting. That's how he would come up with
Uh,
all of
no,
that stuff.
and that's a interesting thing. I never heard that, knew that, but if that were true, that puts also a whole different light on people. If you understand what I'm saying,
Mm.
okay, what people will do to succeed, people even steal to succeed in something. I'll
Yeah,
get the credit, and this poor
right.
guy. No, but integrity is the best way to go.
Oh, gee, integrity is everything.
It's
Integrity
everything.
is once you lose some integrity, or even the value in yourself, that's another one. If
Yes.
you undervalue yourself, you're never going to see the abundance that you want. You're never going to see what you should have coming your way in life. Um, Franklin, can you tell us some of the resources and just a broad example that are available if somebody hops on board the program?
Resources. Well, I already said the ebooks. You got
Okay.
the video, the audio. Okay, you have myself. You have my I call it upline. The people that I communicate with, they call it a team. I call it a community.
Mm,
We have our own Facebook groups, different groups for different. I say that levels, different positions. People bring themselves into the company because as you start building, you start getting promotions and start getting extra pay, and that's pretty cool because you're getting promoted and getting paid for helping somebody improve themselves. And you're doing it's just hard to explain. But anyway, those are the resources. And you got the live Zoom. We have phone calls that we get onto during the week as well. There's just all kinds of things going on. So if you're plugged into the groups, you'll be able to find out everything and be a part of everything. And if you miss something, everything's on recorded. We got another hub for that, so you can go back to recordings and things like that. Me myself, the Unemployed Genius, I'm building another website specifically for those that join to the Unemployed Genius, so that way I can I'm going to make them their own promotional page. So that way they won't even have to worry about it. I'll be connected into what I call our community hub. So it's a different website that will be promoting this, but with them. So when people go to this site, they can get to choose who they may want to join through because it might be closer in their area so they can actually mingle. And so I'm really looking forward in building something to help communities all across. Like I said, it is global. It's not just in the United States,
mm.
but this is where I'm at. Okay, so you start from your hometown and work out.
Love it.
Okay, I mean, you just like your house. You only is great. So you build your home, you build your community, you build your state, you build your nation, you build the world. It's just because everybody knows different people, and they know people in different countries
Sure.
that could benefit from this. I mean, because it's there. I mean, drop ship. I mean, we got warehouses out there in other countries as well as here in the US. Digital products right off your phone or computer top right here at home. So it don't matter where you're at. And then if you decide to up and move, you can take this with you as a write-off to any place you go. It is a
Sure.
business. So there's a lot of write-offs that people don't even know about. You're getting paid to run a business, which is basically what I call your own business. Take care of
Yeah.
mind your own
Right.
business and manage yourself. So you're actually getting paid to do the things should be common knowledge that you should be doing in the first place. But the old status quo of having a job and doing it the way they would have you to do it doesn't do
Yeah.
it. It's a good stepping stone. I'm not going to knock it because we need those people, but there are ways for you to be able to put into yourself to be better off. I mean, you got people to do real estate, people to do
Sure.
stocks. I mean, there's multiple ways to make residual. You just need to find out what you would like to do. Start small baby steps, and as you
Here's
go
the
along.
first step. Go to the website, theunemployedgenius.com, and learn more. A lot of resources, a lot of information on your site. I love the fact that it's all positive and you're bettering yourself. Yes, it could be a product that could make you a better person, and others could hop on board and you work together to generate income as well. But this is you be hiring a life coach at 200 something bucks an hour, and for a fraction of that monthly subscription and the potential to make money, it's like what a win. theunemployedgenius.com. That's correct, right? The website?
Correct.
Awesome.
Unemployedgenius.com.
Franklin, thanks for being here today. Really appreciate it. Your positivity. I know we were going to talk about some books that
You can get that another time.
we have to. We're out of time. It's all good. All right. Thanks for being here today.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.